What makes a game truly immersive? Is it the sound design? Is it the story? Maybe the NPCs that grow on you?
Bye.
Or is it the world that lives and thrives even if you're not there and doesn't see you as just a player but an actual human being in the game? Some games choose to ignore how to accurately import animals in an open world and just put some animals around an area to make it seem alive. But the moment you look a little closer, you see that the animals actually do fuck all and instead just walk in one linear path. A new world. Also made a video about it, please watch, it's on my channel, it has 108 views. Thank you. Other games actually make an effort to implement real nature in the game and make it a bit more realistic even though it might be a fantasy game. But in my opinion, one game stands out from above the rest. And that is Guild Wars 2. The reason I say this is because an MMO needs to be immersive. You need to feel like you're a part of the world, like you're someone that matters but not the main character. An average Joe that is allowed to contribute to the world and immerse themselves in it. We can divide what makes a world immersive into two categories, the NPCs and the environment. The environment in Guild Wars is diverse, and different biomes can be found depending on the province you're in. In the northeast, you have big snowy mountains that make your ears fall off if you don't have proper clothing. In the northwest, however, you have a luscious jungle that houses plant reptilian-like creatures who will kill you if you don't pay attention. In the southeast, you have a desert spanning over multiple maps, and in the south you have the province of Kantha, an island inhabited by bird people that ate humans thousands of years ago. But we don't talk about that. What I'm trying to say is, or what I'm trying to get at, is that you can't just have one map that is filled with just one or two biomes. It's better to have a rich world with flora and fauna to match, where every encounter, every hill has some kind of story to tell. Otherwise players will feel like they're just walking around on an empty map, with nothing to do but the same old quest lines. Another part of making the environment feel more alive is the addition of events that randomly happen across the world. You could walk from one town to another and come across some merchants that need help traveling because they're afraid of bandit attacks. Or something else can happen. For example, there's this like fucking portal that spawns, and if you go into the portal, you have to fight a boss, and then if you kill the boss, you just get spawned in a different location. If you die, you also get spawned at a different location. What the fuck? No, like that's fucking cool. That's cool. Those things just happen. You don't trigger it, they just happen because that's the world. It goes on, if you interact with it or not. And that's what makes it so amazing. On to the second part, the NPCs. NPC stands for non-playable character, so the people that inhabit the world that you walk around in. I'll put them into two categories: humanoid creatures, including the races, so Char and Sovari, and animals. Now, in a lot of video games, NPCs can either make or break a good game, and I'm happy to report that the NPCs in Guild Wars are not completely stupid. As I've talked about earlier, there are NPCs that need your help with things, like for example this merchant here. He'll talk to you and give you the basic rundown of the mission, but he will also talk with his companions, for example.
At least, kinda sorta safe. Come on, Chief. I know you like it here, but if we get caught out on the road, the undead will be riled up. Alright, fine. Wait just a minute while I look for some extra protection. As soon as we find some help, though, we're leaving.
Is he talking to the raccoon? Oh shit, Chief! Oh shit, Chief is actually the— oh no! It's the raccoon! In another clip I'll show you now, they aren't even talking about something important or a mission. He's just talking about his life.
I got a letter from my nephew a few weeks ago, saying how proud he was of his uncle, the soldier. Then he asked me if I'd driven away all the centaurs yet.
Oh, not from Lion's Arch, is he? What did you say?
Well, I tried to explain that the Lion Guard is not the Seraph, and that we're not part of that war. Seems he didn't take it well. My sister just wrote to tell me he told all of his playmates that I'm not a real soldier.
Sorry to hear that, friend. He'll come around.
Here you can see that they aren't just copy-pasted soldiers, or like copy-pasted soldier 1 and 2, but they actually have like family problems. They actually have a family, a life outside of what they're doing, depth. Here they don't only talk about lore, but also about personal stuff, and it's amazing. You can also interact with almost any NPC and they'll mainly say something small back like Excelsior or may the gods be with you or something like that. When you go, for example, to a merchant or when you see a normal NPC outside, you can click on F or whatever your button is and they'll probably say something small back. Most of them are not mute, but some of them are. Now comes what I actually wanted to talk about in this video. The animals and nature in Guild Wars 2. In a lot of games, you have stale animals that walk around in a linear path, only interacting with the player when they get close. But Guild Wars actually makes an effort to have immersive animals that have some kind of hierarchy and interact differently with animals and the world around them. They are not just different models for the same animal. I hate New World! First, we'll look at how animals interact with each other in the wild, in packs, and then we'll look at how they interact on their own. Guild Wars 2 implemented a lot of things in the animal kingdom. When, for example, looking at predatory animals like sand lions in Guild Wars 2, you can see that they attack in a group, as they are stronger than alone. If you look at the Shat Havar, they appear to be alone, but when attacked, will group up to help the victim. Now, I'm not an animal, specialist. I do have a cat though, but I feel like animals would do this in real life as well. Now we'll focus on the pack itself. When focusing on the pack itself, you can see an inner hierarchy. With the predatory animals, like the lions, every single one of them will attack without question. However, when looking at the Moa here, you can see that only the middle Moa is aggressive. In my opinion, this is intentional. Not because he's a veteran, but because it's a male.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
This male is looking over the females, making sure that they're not attacked or threatened by enemies. And in this clip you can see two hermit crabs. One is a veteran hermit crab, and the other one is a little smaller. So you could see and you could think and speculate maybe that the bigger hermit crab, the veteran hermit crab, is basically showing the younger hermit crab how it's done, and how to fight, and what regions to protect, and which people to protect. This is what I mean by an immersive world. It's not just a bland mix of enemy and NPC, it's a living and breathing world with lore, substance, with interactions between NPCs, interactions between animals. It's not some slop you have to grind your way through, and they're not just on the menu because you need their hide or some tusk or something like that. They actually make the world feel lived in, like it's a living organism. I also want to acknowledge that I know that this is a biased video. I haven't played enough World of Warcraft to know how their nature is like, or any big MMORPG. Anyway, I've been yapping for way too long, and I know like 80, 90, or maybe 99% of the people don't even make it this far to the video, so yeah. I just want to say that I thank everyone for watching, and liking, and watching until the end of the video. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really like making Guild Wars 2 content, so yeah. See you in the next video, and until then, bye bye.